is it okay to actually talk a little bit about your wife's dad for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
He was a gay black male in
Right.
Texas?
No, actually Detroit. So
In
my wife is
Detroit.
from yeah, my wife is from Detroit. So my wife and I we actually met on the internet on this dating website back in 2006, and I had the chance to meet her father. I really wish that I would have been able to know him longer than I did. Unfortunately, he passed away in November of that year, right around Thanksgiving. Um, Derek Anderson was his name. He was a notable HIV/AIDS activist in the Detroit area, and I think maybe to say he was HIV/AIDS activist is probably limiting. He was just really into human rights, period, in all ways, and he was just such a really good man. I think unfortunately, what ended up killing him was ignorance and stigma. So he suffered a small tear in his aorta, and when he got to the hospital, I guess that was the night of the 24th of November. The hospital was so concerned about the fact that he was HIV positive that they spent the next 6 or 7 hours trying to transfer him to different facilities in the Detroit area. And when nobody could take him, they finally decided to do surgery, but it was too late. He, already lost so much blood, and so my wife had to make the decision to stop all treatment on him.
Oh, man, that just
That
breaks
was
my heart.
that was tough, but and that's sort of one of the reasons why I want to go into medicine as well, because unfortunately you see a lot of stigma and a lot of stereotypes in terms of the way that we treat the LGBT population and women of color. And I mean, in fact, now that we're trying to have a child, one of the things that my wife says to me almost on a weekly basis is, Daryl, I'm scared to have a child because so many black women don't come out of L&D. They die. And a lot of it again is based on stereotypes, doctors who maybe not they don't listen to their patients, or they have preconceived notions or preconceived ideas about their patients. I mean, one of the things that my wife and I have both noticed is that when we see a doctor now, my wife, will tell the doctors, well, look, I'm a professor of medicine and public health at a local medical school, or I tell them I'm a PhD student planning to go to medical school, and they automatically treat us differently, but it shouldn't be that way.
Mhm.
You know, if I was a bum off the street going to see my doctor, he should treat me with the same respect that he would treat a PhD student or a professor of medicine. He should
Right.
listen to me and give me that same level of care that anybody else would get.